Hello, welcome back to Color Me Impressed. I'm Emily, and today I'd like to show you my completed pages for March, as well as tell you what I will be coloring in the month of April. So in March, I had been working on the Erie Expedition 2021 tag with my lovely buddy Michaela Renee. I'll link all that information down below since we just extended our color along to be all year long, since March taught us that 1 month is simply not enough time to color all of the Erie pages that we wanted to get done. So for the month of March, I was primarily working on Erie pages and was kind of still stuck in my same rut from February, but I feel like I'm gaining speed. This is the first week of April and I'm already getting a decent amount done and having a lot of fun coloring. So I think April will be a great month. Before I get to all of the fun I have planned for April, okay, that makes it seem way more fun than it is. But before we get to that, let me go over my completed pages for March. The first page is in Home Sweet Home by Teresa Goodridge. This is a Creative Haven book, and I was actually working on this at the end of February. It was a buddy color with Amanda Downey on Instagram for her hashtag GetYourHavenOn2021. I'll leave that hashtag down below as well. It is, I believe, a year-long color along as well. So we did this page. I just love Teresa Goodridge, and I do not color her enough. This was actually the first book that I ever received when I was starting my adult coloring journey, so it kind of has a special place in my heart for that reason. So it was so much fun to color this page with Amanda. I based this page in alcohol markers and then just did some very light pencil work. I had this idea that I was going to do all of the shading in this page with pencil, and I got very lazy. So I decided not to do that after I did this one little curtain here. So the rest of the embellishments on this page are just with some, I think just glitter gel pen on some of these bottles and various little shiny objects in this room. So this color palette kind of was a little weird. I had pictured this white and beige with kind of like a sage green, and that didn't happen with the green color, so it is what it is. I think it turned out pretty well, even with some of the weird color choices that I made. So thank you, Amanda, to doing this buddy color with me out of Home Sweet Home. Next up is another buddy color that I did out of Whimsical Girls at Work by Hannah Lynn. This was a buddy color with Lauren from Lauren Loves Color, and we worked on this page. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that this was a kind of a cool buddy color because Lauren had this great idea of choosing each other's color palettes. Since our tastes tend to be quite different, I'm much more of a neutral girl, and Lauren loves bold and bright colors. So for this, Lauren picked me out a beautiful bold color palette, and I picked her out kind of a neutral color palette. So go check out her completed pages as well. She shows her version of this page, which is just gorgeous. And I also like the way that mine turned out. It's kind of difficult for me to use these brighter colors. You can see like I colored something gray, which is very much my go-to, and instantly I was like, oh God, now I have to make everything else super colorful. And this is my version of super colorful. But yeah, so I had a lot of fun with this buddy color as well. I used mostly alcohol markers and then some glitter gel pen. So I think the color palette was kind of like red, yellow, orange, green, and blue, I believe. So you can kind of see where I sprinkled that throughout the page here. And then for this sort of, I tried to make this a little bit more of like a faded denim look, so I just used my trusty colorless blender marker to go over this blue color. I think that's pretty much the only special thing I did. Everything else is just your standard alcohol marker work, but it was a lot of fun. And that was out of Whimsy Girls at Work by Hannah Lynn. Another buddy color that I did in March was out of Time to Travel with Baby Sloth. The lovely Meg from Meg's Art Atrium sent this to me as Happy Mail, so we really wanted to do a buddy color out of this book. And we actually did this picture as a triple buddy color with Meg, myself, and Danielle from Dani Buttons. We had so much fun with this one. As you can imagine, I was a sloth in getting this page done. But once it was done, I think it turned out really nicely. I used alcohol markers and a lot of my colorless blender in this picture. So I think I used it on the clouds here. Let me try to get you a little bit closer. Used it on the clouds and also the buildings. Trying to create a more antiqued or weathered look. And then I think I also did a little bit on the cart as well, just to add some extra texture to this page, since I really didn't want to do a whole lot of shading or blending or anything like that. I really just wanted to use alcohol markers and some gel pen. So that's what I did. And then all of the flowers here are outlined in a darker gel pen. I think these are metallic Sakura jelly rolls. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. You can kind of compare my picture with the cover. I think I took inspiration from the little sloth's outfit. I mean, how cute is that? So that was a lot of fun. Thank you, Meg and Danielle, for doing this buddy color with me. Next up, I just did a quick picture out of the Belba family square mandalas, animals and patterns. Did I say animals? This is the Animals in Patterns book. This is a little guy, and that's kind of why I like it. It's quick and easy. I'm using the dot method in this book with the Bic Intensity fine liners. They're not fine liners. Oh goodness, it's been a long day, guys. But yes, I did that with the Bic Intensity fine points. And oh my gosh, I just realized it's a bird. It took me seeing it in the camera to realize that. I think it's a hummingbird with a beautiful rose. Yeah, it looks really nice on camera. So that was fun. And this is one of the books that I'm trying to complete, hopefully this year, but if not, eventually. So I think I'm about, let's see, I would say I'm a little under halfway done. So this is a fun book. If you don't have this one, I highly recommend it. Next up for my completed pages is the Eerie Tracing Around the World series. This is the second book out of 3 world festivals, and I did this page in my last video for St. Patrick's Day. So I used my Ohuhu brush tip, water-based markers, and then some metallic gel pen. And I think that's it. I kept my color palette very limited for this picture. I wanted it to be primarily greens and then gold as an accent. Just your standard St. Patrick's Day colors. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one. Out of World Festivals by Eerie. Okay, my last completed page is out of The First Romantic Country. And it is this gorgeous page. I absolutely love how this turned out. I really like that it was kind of enclosed in this frame, so I didn't have to color all the way to the edges. I know that can be intimidating, at least for me. So I didn't really have a solid plan for this. I love coloring gold, so I kind of started with the gold color here and then worked my way out. I knew I wanted to do this sort of like purple sky. So that's kind of how the color palette developed. Nothing too fancy at all. I did this with polychromos. And I think for the sky, I'll try to get you a little closer. I just used 3 colors and blended it with my blending pencil. And the same thing with the water. I think I did 3 different shades of blue and kind of blended them. Now, I wasn't going for a super realistic look with this. I kind of wanted it to be more of like an illustrative style, if that makes sense. So I did try to do a little bit of shadowing and things like that, but I didn't really worry too much about where the light source was coming from. I'm not that advanced, so yeah, I had fun with this. And then I did add some glitter gel pen as well. Let me see if I can catch any of the light here. Did some like for stars and water sparkling, and then this fruit bowl here. You can't really see it on camera, but yeah, this was a lot of fun. And I don't think I mentioned, I did this as a buddy color with Sonya Buttons on Instagram, and she also has a YouTube channel that I will link down below. So thank you, Sonya, for reaching out to me to color this for our hashtag Erie Expedition 2021. Oh, and then I have, let's see, I have this whip. I know I posted on Instagram that I was starting this. I finished my little chihuahua and I started these cats. And as you can see, didn't make a whole lot of progress here. My plan for this double page spread was to kind of just knock out each portrait in a day until it was done. And I don't know if I ever said I would do it consistently every day. So I said, you know, piecemeal. And now that the color along has been extended until the end of 2021, I'll have plenty of time to get this double page spread done. I have a couple of people on Instagram, I believe Meg and Amanda Downey, started coloring this with me as well. So if you are interested in trying to complete this double page spread, let me know. I did this kind of wall, this background with Distress inks, and you know, didn't do anything special, just put it down. And then the pictures are done in polychromas. Again, nothing super fancy. Just wanted this to be kind of fun, quick, and easy. And this one isn't done yet. So this is my whip that I want to get done. Let's just say by the end of 2021. I also am working on another page for April in here that you will see in my next completed pages video, but so far that's what I have finished and what I am currently working on in Romantic Country, the first tale. And then I do want to show the whips that I have because I want you to know that I was working on things in March. It's just because they were mostly Erie pages that I didn't get a whole lot done. But this is a buddy color that I'm working on with Michaela from Michaela Renee, and I'm hosting the Erie color along with her, so we decided to color this MST rim page out of, I never said what it was. This is the World Heritage book. So I'm slowly making progress on this one. I think moving forward for this hashtag, I just need to remember that I don't have to do like really fancy pencil work with things. I could always do gel pen, water-based markers, or even just straight coloring without the shading. I just always feel pressured to do something super fancy in these books. So I'll continue working on this, hoping to complete it by the end of April. Or Michaela will never do another buddy color with me again because I never finish ours. And then the last whip I have is out of the Fairy Tales book by Erie. I believe this is the newest book she has out. And I have this whip that I'm working on also as a buddy color with Jamie from JamiesColoringLove. And her version of this is so, so pretty. Check out her completed pages or her Instagram to see that. And I am currently filming a video for this page where I did a base in Distress inks, and then I'm going over with pencil just for some extra shading. So this is still a work in progress, but I'm liking how it's coming out so far. I just lost a little bit of steam, so Thank you to Jamie for understanding about the delay because I'm a sloth. So again, trying to complete this page by the end of April. So that was all of my completed pages in March and all of the whips that I was working on in March and hope to complete in April. So the next part of this video, I want to talk about what I'm planning on coloring in April. So I have a stack of books here that I'm going to keep in my coloring cart to pick up. And the first one is The Beautiful Twilight Garden by Maria Trolle. This was a gift from Shaina and Colorland, so thank you so much, Shaina. I definitely want to show my appreciation by coloring in this book, and this is such a great book for spring coloring. It has lots of pretty flowers and animals, and I just love the black background pages as well. So can't wait to try a page in here, and I think Maria Trolle's style is a little bit more approachable than some other hardcover artists, so I think this will be slightly less intimidating for me, and hopefully I can pick this up as soon as possible because this is such a gorgeous book. And I'm also working out of Yippee Kawaii. I've already done a page in here in April, and one of the main reasons I want to color in this book is because I don't have a lot done in this book, and I really want to pick up the second volume that just came out. So I have challenged myself to complete more in this book so I can justify getting the second book. So this is a fun one. We've all seen this on Danielle and Jamie's channel and a handful of others, and it's just so fun. So there's lots to do in this book, and I really like it because I pretty much just use gel pens, maybe a tiny bit of marker, and it goes by really quickly, and I just have so much fun with it. The next book I want to work on in April is out of Camellia Angelkova's 50 Romantic Miniatures. I already have a buddy color lined up in this book, and again, even though this was released kind of as a February Valentine's Day book, there's still so many cute springy pages in here, so I think this will be a good one to color in April as well. And a lot of people have this book, so if you're interested in a buddy color in this book, please let me know. I love doing Camellia Angelkova buddy colors. The next book that I want to color in during the month of April is Creatures of the Night Special. This is a Coloring Heaven book from, oh, what month was this? I don't know if it says. A couple months ago. I think maybe 2 or 3 months ago. Anyways, sorry. The artwork is by Sarah Richter. I wasn't familiar with this artist, but I love this style. There's a lot of different types of pictures in here as well, kind of creepy, but still cute, and there's a lot of really beautiful people in this book. So I actually have a buddy color lined up with Angelina from DreamCloud51 on Instagram. We had intended to do this buddy color in March and decided that we wanted to move it to April. So this is another one where I want to spend a little bit more time, use my pencils on it to really make it stand out since the artwork is just stunning. So we'll be working in that book in April. Another book I want to work in is Nail Art by Sach and Sachdeva. This was gifted to me by the lovely Lauren from Lauren Loves Color, and I did a flip through of this book on my channel, but it's just so cute. So many fun pictures to do if you like nail art. So I don't know which page I'm going to do first, but I definitely want to get at least one done in here, both to show my appreciation to Lauren and also because I have been super into nail art lately, as you can see by my nails here. Very fun. So definitely looking forward to getting to work in nail art. The The next book I want to work in during April is my Chibi Girls grayscale book. This is another great buddy color one, but I was working on the Easter Bunny picture in this book, and I don't want to show you because I really messed it up, and I'm in the process of trying to fix it. So that's the one page that I know for sure I want to get done in April, and then I might see if there's a couple other ones in here if I have time to get to them. So that's that. And then I also have a buddy color lined up in the Color Questopia Chibi Girls book, another Chibi Girls. This is a book that I want to complete in 2021, so I have maybe 4 or 5 done in here, but I want to get some more done. And this is so fun to do. I love doing the outlines in this book while I'm watching TV or something like that, and then filling in the colors later goes by really quickly once you have the outlining done. So this is a fun one that I'm looking forward to working on in April. And then the next color by number book I want to work on is Cuadrados Mágicos. This is a Nachos Heroes book, The Princesses and Fairies. I've showed this before. I have a decent amount done in this book, a decent amount for me. So I want to work on this, maybe buddy coloring with some people, so let me know if you have this book. I think I want to work in Disney, at least one Disney book in April for the Spring Into Disney hashtag that's hosted by Shaina and Colorland, and Color with Donna, Coloritaville. Let me actually, I wrote down the hashtags that I wanted to work on in April. Look how fancy I was. So yes, I want to work on this Spring Into Disney hashtag, and then also a lot of these can apply for Lauren Loves Colors April hashtag, which is aprilanimalcoloring. I'll leave these down in the description box below, but that's why I chose this specific Disney book, and again, I feel like I'll be coloring a lot of animals in April, so wanted to work on Lauren's hashtag as well. The next 2 books are new, you'll see in an upcoming haul, but I couldn't resist picking up this Sundoodle color by number. This is Spring Awakening by Deborah Muller. I love me some Deborah Muller, and this book, I love the color by number style. It's simple enough but has a lot of interest to it. So the only thing I'm a little bit worried about is with any spring books, you'll see I have very few spring books because they tend to have a lot of butterflies in them. So this might be a challenging book for me, but I think I'm up to the challenge. There's a lot of birds in here too, so kind of scary for Danielle, I apologize. If there's some moths in here, then I can scare Shaina as well. But all that is to say, this is a beautiful book. Look how cute this is. And I'm really looking forward to working in this one. So I'm gonna keep this at my desk and work on it little by little in April. So that's Spring Awakening by Deborah Muller. And then the last book that I picked up, you'll also see in an upcoming haul video, is this big boy. I never want to say that again, sorry. This is Color Quest by Joanna Webster. A lot of us are familiar with this book, and I had seen this so much on other people's channels, and when they say it's big, I didn't really realize how large this is. Let's see, another standard coloring book. So this is what, 8.5 by 11, and this has got a good size advantage on a regular book. So this is definitely a challenging book to work out of simply because of the size, but I have a buddy color that I'm doing in here, and the color palettes, as you can see, are actually pretty easy. That's one of the things I liked about this book when I saw others working on it, and also the unique shapes of the color by number spots. So yeah, I hope to get at least one more done in here because once I started working on a picture in here, I'm addicted. Like, I need to finish it. I don't know what it is. So I can see the appeal of this book for sure. And I am using my Bic Intensity Ultra Fines for these. Ultra Fine? Extra Fine? Whatever it is. So that is Color Quest. I really appreciate you all letting me show you my completed pages for March and also what I plan to work on in April. I always appreciate your support, and you know, I needed it now more than ever just because I have been in such a rut lately. So I'm feeling inspired by you all watching your completed pages. So thank you again to everyone. If you would like to do a buddy color out of any of the books that I showed, please leave me a comment below. I would love to buddy color with you. Until next time.